Ag Matters is underwritten by Ag West Farm Credit. Ag West Farm Credit is a financial cooperative that provides financing, crop insurance, and related services to farmers and ranchers across the West. From small family businesses to large operations, Ag West brings the experience and financial know-how to help you grow your best future.
Welcome to Ag Matters, covering positive agriculture stories from across Alaska on Big Cabbage Radio.
Hello, everybody. This is Ken. I'm the owner of Matsu Microgreens and also the director of Alaska Farm Bureau. And here in the studio, we've got Spring Creek Farm, APU, right? So we've got Leah and Kiara. So Leah, start us off. What's happening at the farm?
Ooh, yeah, what's happening? We're finally getting some rain today, which is very exciting. A little of a slow start with the spring this year, but we're getting plants in the ground, and we have our full crew here finally, so it's pretty exciting.
Cool. So Kiara, this is your first time in the studio.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So what is your role in all of this?
I am the assistant farm manager, and Leah and I farmed in Vermont previously together, so that's how we're connected, and that's how I came up here.
Okay, sounds good. So you're not new to market gardening or any of that sorts of thing?
No, smaller scale stuff, yeah, I guess is a bit newer for me, but the farming part, no.
Okay, cool. And when did you start working with Leah?
I started working with Leah about 4 or 5 seasons ago, so known each other roughly around then.
All right, so you've been at the farm for a while, but this is your first time in the studio.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I've been at Spring Creek for 2 seasons, and then previously we were farming together in Vermont.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so with the cold spring, Leah, what are some of the challenges that you've had to deal with this year that might be unique?
First thing I noticed this spring was our seedlings in the greenhouse were just slow to get going. We had some algae growth with lack of sun. Balancing watering was tough. And then just the ground temperature. We put our Brussels sprouts in and they were so sad. They did not like the cold. And I think things just sat for a second. And then the puddling, we have kind of a dip in the bottom of one of our fields, and there was a lot of standing water for a minute, which luckily has finally dried. But yeah, it just kind of set us back on being able to get in there and get the tiller going and not kind of just compact the soil a bunch.
Yeah. So when did you start your seedlings in the greenhouse?
I first started April 1st in there, so we rent a greenhouse from UAF over at the experiment farm.
Okay.
And so yeah, get in April 1st and started, I put in onions and celery, which is maybe a little bit late, but they look happy now. So, yeah.
Good. And then when was your first transplant date, Kiara? When did you guys start planting out there?
I think our first transplanting date was mid-May, maybe 5/15.
Wow. So
yeah,
pretty cold still.
there. Yeah.
When do you guys, was that later than normal or was that about on track?
It was a little bit late, yeah. Normally we try and kind of at least get in the field, fertilizing and tarping and stuff, first week of May, maybe second if the way the fields are, we get dry spots where it's higher and then kind of move into the lower areas. So, yeah, we're every couple days walking the field and seeing, how things felt and when it was finally firm enough to get in there.
Okay. Did you guys direct seed any crops as well?
We did, yeah. So beets, carrots, a bunch of
quicker stuff turnips, radish,
salad greens, yeah.
Okay. And then you direct seeded around the same time, mid-May?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good. So when do you guys hope to have your first harvest? What is it on the calendar? What date have you circled?
Our first CSA pickup is July 1st.
Okay. So before then.
Yes. So that's our first big harvest, but we'll probably have, kale and some radishes getting ready by the end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
As of this recording, that's in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully the sun comes back out.
Yeah. Looks like tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope so. I hope so too. So, Kiara, what so you guys do CSA? Do you guys do farmers markets as well?
Not locally in the Matsu, but we do have a few CSA pickup customers from the local Matsu area, and then the rest we bring to Anchorage on main campus, and that's like the bulk of our CSA customer facing.
Okay, so no like traditional farmers markets that you guys are doing.
No, so with our CSA pickup in Anchorage, we have a market table and anybody can come and shop, but that's been kind of our main market. We also will be at the Providence market, which is in Anchorage, and that's just kind of a short 4-week window. But yeah, that's all we do.
Yeah, and I forgot to ask your CSA, how many weeks or how many months does it go on?
Yeah, so it's 100 members for 15 weeks.
15 weeks. Okay, so that's around
second week of October.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Second week of October. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the CSA, is it the same vegetables every single week, or do you have to play with the seasons? How does that kind of change throughout the summer?
Yeah, so we definitely start early. It's not the same every week at all, and it is roughly scheduled, but it just depends on sometimes things take longer or less time than expected. So earlier summer is a lot of quick stuff, so radishes, turnips, salad greens, a lot of lettuce, and then kind of as we go through, we'll get into the bigger broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and then later season, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, a lot of potatoes, lots more carrots. Yeah, so those kind of hardier fall crops later in the season.
Okay. And we might be talking shop for some of the people that are listening. What is a CSA?
Yeah, CSA is a community-supported agriculture program, and the idea behind it is that folks pay in early in the season to give farmers cash flow, and they're kind of buying into the farm, whether that's a great season or not a great season. And then in exchange, you get veggies, or there's flower CSAs or different things. So whatever you sign up for, you get those throughout the season, and there's a bunch of different models, but ours is kind of the farmers select what's going to be in your share, and then you can pick it up from us, and we send out a newsletter with recipes and farm happenings every week to go with, so it's pretty fun.
That's pretty cool. So it's like a subscription service.
Yes.
You buy into it, and then you get the service every week. So your CSA box, is it a standard size? How many people does it feed, roughly?
Yeah, so we changed it up a little bit this year. We used to have 2 sizes, a small and a large, but we just kind of went to 1 size based on feedback from folks. So it's kind of aimed at like a family 2 to 4 people, like hoping to supplement their grocery bill, so at least kind of cover like their veggie needs for the week. Yeah.
Okay. So also, we're talking shop, market gardening. How many hundreds of acres are you guys farming? Because isn't that a farm, right? On a tractor, hundreds of acres.
Right,
What are
right.
you guys doing? What are the numbers that you guys are working with?
A whole acre and a half.
A whopping.
Yes, a whopping acre and a half. We also steward the Dan Elliott Memorial Orchard in Wasilla, and so that's another, I think it's about 2 acres that gets added to our market and some of our CSA shares. But for the farm in Palmer, yeah, it's an acre and a half, and then we feed 100 households.
100 households, so
yep.
about 4 people each.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. So 400 people every week.
For 15 weeks.
For 15 weeks
Yeah.
on only 2 acres. That's amazing. See, that's the secret to food security. It's not mass production, but production by the masses. We need to have more biointensity. So,
Right.
So how many crops are you guys doing? You guys aren't doing like tons of potatoes or wheat or whatever. You guys are doing particular vegetable crops. And which ones are you guys growing?
Yeah, you want to take that?
Ooh, I'm going to take a stab at like maybe 50 different type of...
Yeah, say 40 or 50.
What are some of the most popular, like year 5, that you guys are just planting every week or harvesting every week that are like the core?
Yeah, I would say like salad greens, head lettuce, bok choy.
I would like throw kale in there, especially steady like mid-season, end of season.
Yeah.
Usually takes us through.
And then once carrots start, that's like a pretty hefty. Yeah. Zucchini's another big one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The classic.
Folks love zucchini.
Yeah.
So on this roughly 2 acres, are you guys planting only one crop, or are you guys able to do like multiple crops throughout the season? So like plant, harvest, plant again.
Yeah, so we definitely do successions, and so stagger our transplanting for the season. So we'll have, I don't even know, 4 or 5 plantings of broccoli and cauliflower. The lettuce gets done every week. And so with the really short and early things like salad greens and radishes, those kind of all go in and then all come out at once. And so we can do another kind of shallow till on those beds and replant them with something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how large is the crew, the work crew? It's not just you two, is it?
Right. No. So it's us plus we have 4 interns.
Okay.
And so 2 of those folks are here full season, and then 2 are just here for kind of the summer window. So about 10 weeks each. And they come up from, in the past we've had folks come from in-state, but most of these are out of state, and they learn how to farm with us. And there's also an educational component. So it's a bit of a challenge, I think, to kind of a classic farm is that with returning crew, right, they build those skills year after year. So we get a new crew every year. So with training and learning, but it's definitely fun and can be challenging, but it's really cool to have a new crop of young farmers every year.
Okay, awesome. Well, that was great. Well, thank you so much for telling us about the farm. I want to finish off the episode learning a little bit more about you guys personally on why did you guys go into market gardening as a career and not engineering or doctor or mechanic or whatever? Like, why market gardening? Why farming? So if you want to start, just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into it.
So I actually did think I was going to be an engineer. That's how I went into to my undergrad. And I just wanted kind of sustainability was what I was passionate about at the time. And I found the food systems degree, and part of that was working on farms. And I worked on larger farms where the farm that we met at was about 50 active acres, so a much different scale. And when I came here to work on Spring Creek, I wanted kind of a learning curve and something that felt challenging, and it was definitely a huge kind of shift in just my way of thinking of efficiencies and just the like actual human power that it can take, but also kind of the payoff in all of that time and in work that we do. So I think it is just really incredible how many people you can feed on a small piece of land and how much you can learn. And every year having the interns come up and their feedback of like, wow, I didn't know that you could do this. And yeah, just having that go back to our community here just feels really awesome.
What about you, Kiara?
I think somewhat similarly, like I started off my farming career in college, and then I also was a food system major at the same university as Leah. But I had a shift in like a major change. I started as a poli-sci, and I wasn't really resonating with just like the coursework, the type of discussions that we were having. And so I was just like, okay, I feel like I'm lacking like a sense of place. And yeah, I started farming at Riverberry in Vermont. And yeah, that definitely like nailed in the sense of place and connectivity and just being with like-minded folks who share a lot of values and were willing to, show me a way, but like also give me the space to kind of create my own way and figure things out. So yeah, I think that's eventually what led me here. I was starting to feel like a bit stagnant at home. And so yeah, I talked to Leah and she pulled me up. And so yeah, I think being able to be a part of something much greater than myself is the reason why I continue to farm. So
That's awesome. And do you enjoy Alaska?
I love Alaska. I'll be here for a while.
Okay, sounds good. Cold doesn't bother you? Not too bad of a winter?
No, we're from Vermont. Yeah, we're tough.
You guys are northerners.
Yes.
Good. All right. Well, Leah, I'm looking at your water bottle. I see a sticker for Farmland Trust.
Yeah.
I believe you have some sort of position.
I'm on the board, yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah. The Alaska Farmland Trust works primarily in the valley, but we're a statewide land trust conserving farmland. And so, yeah, it's a really great group of folks who are interested in ag and just trying to keep our prime farmland from being developed, especially here in Palmer. It's getting developed or has been really, really quickly. We've lost a lot of land. And so just trying to keep that land for future generations and increasing food security in Alaska.
Yeah, very good. So you're on the board of directors. Do you have an officer position?
No, I don't. Yeah. I'm just on the board.
Hey, at least they have a farmer on the board.
Yeah, yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. The Farmland Trust is very important. They say that the top invasive species that affects agricultural production are not bugs, but it's homes. Mm-hmm. So homes are invasive species to farmland. So it's important what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any events coming up? You guys just had an event a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did Farmland Forever Fest at Hamilton Farms, which was awesome, super fun. No other big events for now, just kind of getting our projects lined up for this coming summer and new lands we're going to try and conserve.
Okay, awesome. So do you guys have any final words you want the listeners to know about the farm? Good wishes towards the summer, CSA, finish us off.
Yeah, we do have 20 CSA spots left if anybody's interested. If you look on our website, you can sign up on there and learn all about us and what we do. But yeah, hoping everybody, all the other farmers in the valley, have a fruitful summer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Ag Matters, covering positive agriculture stories from across Alaska on Big Cabbage Radio. Ag Matters is a production of Radio Free Palmer, recorded at our studios in Palmer, Alaska. For more information about this program, email manager@radiofreepalmer.org.